Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annie and today I want to show you and talk to you guys a little bit about my top favorite Hoyas for the month of April. Let's get right into it. I know, I cannot believe that we are in April, and I feel like once January 1st hit, it's been going by so fast. We're already, I'm filming this now and it's a mid-April. So yeah, I have 5 Hoyas that I want to show you today that have been my favorite so far this month. And when I say favorite, I mean like I go to the cabinet and I am constantly looking at these because of new growth, their leaves, just admiring them. So that's how I'm choosing these 5 that I'm gonna show you today. All of these are new. Some I've had for a few months and others I've had for maybe a month. By the way, if you see me looking down, sometimes I have notes that I've prepared because I'm scatterbrained. So I just want to make sure that I am explaining everything properly and I don't forget anything. So that's what I'm doing if you see me looking down. Okay, so the first Hoya today that I want to show you guys for the month of April is my Hoya Lima Splash. I have this Hoya growing in my chunky mix that I have created, which consists of cocoa chips, cocoa coir, perlite, sorry, I forgot about that. A little bit of leca and some pond that I had laying around. So it's really chunky, really airy. And my Hoyas, ever since I've transitioned it to that mix, they have absolutely loved it. I can see their roots growing very, very good and fast, and they're giving me new growth. This Lima Splash, I'm watering every 5 days or so. I would say every 5 to 7 days because she lives in my Millsbo cabinet. I don't know if you guys can see, So if you guys see behind me is my Detolf and my Millsbo cabinet. That's where these Hoyas live. There is a lot of humidity in both of those cabinets. My Millsbo keeps around 75 to 80% humidity, depending on, you know, my living room conditions. And I have Barina T5 grow lights in there, and this one lives almost directly under the grow light. I bought this one last month, so in March. When I bought it, it had a little stem and these 2 leaves were very, very small. So I figured, you know, with shipping, usually the small leaves will fall off. And these 2 leaves never fell off. They just continued growing like if it was never shipped. And it pushed out, you know, the long vine. I'm very much enjoying watching this one grow. She's putting out these 2 leaves really, really fast. And also pushing out this vine really, really fast. I would say for me, this one is growing really fast. I'm not sure if that's typical of this Hoya, but it is for me and my conditions. The next Hoya I'm very, very excited to show you guys is my Hoya Polynura Silver. And this one is pretty big right now. I received this one in February with this node and this node here. And these 2 leaves on the top node, when I first got it, were very tiny. They were just growing in. Also, I figured because, you know, this Hoya shipped with tiny leaves, it's going to drop those leaves. and it didn't. The leaves continued to grow. Very quickly after that, she pushed out these 2 leaves and this whole vine. The seller, when I bought this Hoya, recommended that I root it in fluval, which I did. And these roots, hold on, there's water dripping from here. These roots are tremendous. Like, they're coming out of the pot, they're all over the fluval here. And I put a poll on my Instagram asking if this Hoya was ready to be repotted because of the roots. And a lot of you guys said no. So I thought she would have been ready, but since you guys said no, that she's not ready to be repotted, I guess I will just leave it in fluval until I see maybe more roots. I don't know. You guys tell me down below in the comments if you think this Hoya is ready to be repotted out of fluval and into, I would say, into my chunky mix. She grows really fast. I bought this one in February. I think I told you guys that already. And really quickly after that, she gave me these 2 extra nodes, and she's also giving me new growth right here. It looks like it'll be a new vine. And she's also vining at the top right here. It looks like she has a peduncle right here, but Polynuras are known for pushing out peduncles at every node. The trick is to try to get those peduncles to bloom, and I haven't had the privilege of getting a Polynura to bloom yet. We'll see. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it in fluval until that peduncle either dies off or it blooms. Hopefully I can get it to bloom, and if I do, I will update you guys on that. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, this leaf is growing in weird because I want to say this happened last week. I was taking it out of the cabinet, admiring it, and I accidentally bumped it up into the grow light, and now it's like it's wonky, and I don't want to cut it off because it's a baby leaf, it's a brand new leaf. So I think I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care that it looks the way that it does. Some people don't like ugly leaves. I don't care. I think it gives it personality. So I think I'm gonna leave it and just let it continue growing. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I leave it or should I cut it? I don't know. Let me know down below. What would you guys do if this happened to you? Would you guys cut it off, or would you let it grow and let it have its own personality? This is Hoya Polynura Silver. My next Hoya I bought back in December from a local friend here in my area. She gave me I want to say it was a little 2-node cutting. I had a very hard time rooting this Hoya. I put it in my Mills bowl cabinet, put it under a cloche at one time. Is that how you say that? Cloche? I don't know. You know, those humidity dome thingies? Okay, anyway. It took forever. For me, it took a few months for it to root. So I eventually changed it over to my chunky mix, and she's doing really, really good now. And so I think that's why she's my favorite for this month, because she's given me so much new growth. And that's Hoya Rebecca. This Hoya, like I said, it was given to me with this node down here, and then this node here, which only has 1 leaf on it, and on this side the leaf fell off. So it's pushed out so much new growth. It's giving me, all of this here is all brand new. Oh, before I forget, you guys, if you notice like white residue, and I've said this in my previous videos before, but if you notice a white residue on any of the leaves or like any of the nodes, They're not mealybugs. I treat with sulfur just as a preventative, you know, because of flat mites and things like that. I just want to make sure that my Hoyas are healthy, and so I will spray them occasionally with sulfur just to make sure that all those pests are not on there. That's why you will see some of the leaves will have white spots on them. But anyway, getting back to it, she is also growing in my chunky mix. And you can see a bunch of roots all over. The roots love to hug the cocoa chips and anything chunky that's in there. This one lives in my detolf cabinet, so it's not as humid as my Mills bow, but it does keep around 60% humidity, which is not bad. I think that's really good humidity for Hoyas, but obviously the more humidity you can give, the better they will grow for you. This one also lives under T5 grow lights. I did also buy T5 grow lights for my detolf cabinet. I water her because she's in a little, this is like a 3-ounce cup. I water this one about every 5 to 7 days, depending on how dry the medium gets. I don't let it get all the way dry. I'll probably wait until it's about 90 to 95% dry, and then I'll go ahead and water again. I want the plant to be able to support the new baby leaves growing in. I'm guessing that she loves what I'm doing for her because she is rewarding me with all of these new leaves here, and she's continued to vine out, and it looks like she's gonna keep pushing more leaves. So yeah, this is my Hoya Rebecca. All right, my next Hoya that I am actually very excited to show you guys. I'm not sure if I've ever shown this Hoya on my channel before. This one is giving me a lot of new growth recently, and it had been asleep for a little bit, and that's my Hoya Wilbur Graves. So I traded for this Hoya back in February, and it was just the 1 node 2-leaf cutting, and it was rooted in pon. It was actually shipped and rooted to me in pon, and I don't have good experience with my Hoyas in pon. The roots tend to rot. So I let it acclimate, and then I switched it out into my chunky mix. Cut off most of the pon roots because they were very thin and hairy. I would say within a month of me doing that, she, you know, got acclimated, and then she started giving me new growth, you guys. Down here, this is all brand new, but she started with her little growth point down here, and then she all of a sudden like shot out this whole vine here. I think that's why she's my favorite this month, because I thought for a while that she wasn't going to give me new growth, and now she is, and I'm just so like very excited to open up my cabinet every morning and see like the progress on this one. And so I think I'm gonna update you guys as soon as like the new leaf. I don't know if it's gonna come out from the bottom or from the top here, but as soon as like a new leaf comes out, I'm gonna jump on here and update you guys and show you, because let me tell you, these leaves are very splashy. So I'm hoping that the next leaves that it puts out is just as splashy. She lives in my detolf cabinet, and she also gets watered about every 5 to 7 days in my chunky mix, so I don't let it dry out all the way. She's under Barina T5s. That whole cabinet has T5s. So she seems very happy. You probably, and I can't see, well, I actually can see roots. I don't know if you'll be able to see that because there's algae growing in this cup, which, my bad. But she does have roots. I mean, if she's putting out new growth, it means that she has nice and healthy roots. I'm very excited for this one. I can't wait to see the new leaves on it. And yeah, the last Hoya I want to show you guys is a hybrid from Coco Ranch, and this one is SMS Joelle. And this one is a hybrid of a hybrid. So meaning a Hoya obovata and a carnosa were crossed, and that created the hybrid. So that hybrid was crossed with an obovata, which created Joelle. It came to me with these two leaves, and this one has kind of like a pillowy effect. And I'm thinking that's from the carnosa, because this one is more flat and that would be more of the obovata. So then it came to me with this leaf that is currently growing, and then it pushed out this leaf here. It didn't drop those leaves in shipping, which I was very surprised, because they, you know, when you ship a Hoya, or really when you ship like any plant, they tend to drop the new growth, or if it has a vine, the vine will typically yellow off and die. But this one just kept growing. And so I'm curious, because the new growth looks like it's got a disease going on. And I don't know if that is characteristic of this Hoya hybrid, if that's how all of the new growth grows, or if it's a result of a new leaf growing during shipping. So I'll keep you guys updated on this one, on this leaf specifically, just to see like how it grows out. This one is in cocoa chips and perlite, and I'm watering this one around every 3 days or so. I don't want to let this one dry out because it's pushing out new growth. I don't want those leaves to fall off, so I am watering about every 3 days. I bought this one in March, so I haven't had it for that long. I would say about a month now. And I would say this one is a fast grower, because within a month it's already giving me 2 new leaves. So it's a pretty cool hybrid. I don't think I own any of the Coco Ranch hybrid. Well, obviously this one now, but before this one, I don't own any of the Coco Ranch hybrids. If you see one, if somebody is selling a Coco Ranch hybrid, which the name would say, so like this one says SMS Joelle. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the SMS part stands for Susan Swartzfager, and she's the owner of Coco Ranch. So if you see any SMS Joelle, SMS Russell, SMS Crystal, you know, things like that, those are her hybrids. So I would snatch them up because I think they're pretty cool. So this one lives in my Millsville cabinet. She's under T5 grow lights in there, and she seems to enjoy that environment because of the new growth, and she's got good healthy roots. So I'm really excited to watch this one grow. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you like this type of content, please hit the like button and subscribe down below for me. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.